Hello, hello. Welcome back to Valparaiso Esports. Today we got some Smash Bros going on. So today we actually have a little bit of a repeat
Rematch.
matchup, a little bit of a rematch. So we are going against Illinois State, right? Yep, Illinois
Mhm.
State, who is currently 4-1, and we are
Mhm.
3-2. One of those losses being to Illinois State. This is actually a run back here, so we're gonna
Mhm.
see if we can even the score a little bit. Here
One.
we have Alex coming in with the Samus, trying to take
Mhm.
on their Sephiroth.
One of the teams I believe we beat them, correct?
I'm not sure. I think so. Quite possibly.
All right.
But Alex off to a little bit of a
Mhm.
percent deficit, but not too bad here. Does have some good stage control, and
Mhm.
Samus, one of the characters that can actually thrive out of the corner a little bit. So it
Mhm.
is not too much of a deficit here.
I hate to ask this, but did we know they had a Sephiroth? Have they shown him off? I could not
Um,
remember.
we did not. I did not know about it, and I had been actually talking with the team before this about what
Mhm.
characters. I know it doesn't happen very often,
Mhm.
but I actually did. So we were not expecting the Sephiroth from what I remember.
Mhm.
So it is a little bit of a mix-up here, but Alex doing pretty well against it. Just
Mhm.
trying to play slow. Um, not a
Mhm.
huge amount of rush down here, but with these characters, that's just not the way that they want to go.
Mhm.
So Alex doing quite well here.
One of the main things he's doing very well is forcing Sephiroth to have to approach him.
Utilizing Samus's range, which is a little bit longer than Sephiroth's.
Mhm.
It, it's a little rough for Samus to play at
Yeah.
that range, but she can
Mhm.
definitely do it and be fine.
Yeah.
So she has ways to pressure
Mhm.
with at ranges even farther than Sephiroth's sword, which can be pretty difficult to do sometimes. So
Mhm.
having that ability is pretty nice.
One of the things I have noticed from the Sephiroth though is just slightly missing the spacing on like several grabs and stuff. I'm not sure if that's from Alex just playing very well or just like unfortunate misspacing.
It can be hard to space stuff like that. Sephiroth also has a really small grab range.
Fair enough.
It's actually really short. But when your sword is the size of half the stage, I guess you don't really need that big of a grab range. We don't need
Well,
Marth over here. Going off for
yeah.
a little bit of an edge guard here, using that one
Mhm.
wing to utilize that double jump, try to threaten off stage.
Uh,
Nice double jump out of there just to avoid the up smash.
mhm.
And that F tilt will
Oof.
take it though.
Mhm. Unfortunately, that does take it. However, this does Alex still has a chance to keep it even here. Going in, he is a very
Very
high
nice up B.
percent. Unfortunately, not killing. Just good DI from Sephiroth there. Still just looking for that one kill move. Sephiroth knows he can sit back a little bit here.
Nice mix up. A little bit of DI schmix. Yep, that up air covers so much space. But that dash attack
That
should
is
kill, evens it up.
mm-hmm.
Stock-wise at least. Still at a little
Stockwise.
bit of a percent deficit, but
Mm-hmm.
Samus, one of those characters, like most of them, who can very quickly make that up.
Mm-hmm.
Back air, yep.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he just missed that punish there, and that would have definitely.
Interesting. Okay, was not a true combo, but sure, why not? Me and the boys. Me and the boys grabbing the wrong direction. Nice air dodge though, gets back to stage.
Alex is doing some fantastic reads against Sephiroth here.
Very nice
Just.
coverage, I love that. A
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a ledge trump here. Uses the get up attack actually to continue the pressure. This is
Oh
really well done.
wow.
Nice pressure. He has only one jump here. Very good pressure
Mm-hmm.
from Alex, being able to even it up. He started that at a pretty big deficit, and yep, that clanged. Sure, why not? Definitely wasn't Samus up tilt the other direction, but why not?
Mm-hmm.
But now having to deal with Sephiroth one wing ledge trapped and
Mm-hmm.
not quite able to get through unscathed, loses the stock.
Unfortunate. Main thing Alex really needs here is just to take the stock as soon as
Back air.
possible. But unfortunately, just a few
Whew.
things are
Good
just
air dodge. That
killing
was
him
scary.
there. Mm-hmm.
Forward
Especially scary.
connects. Gonna need to. Ooh, that connected. That hit. And you're dead.
Yep. Oof, that is unfortunate right there.
I'm surprised that counter hit. I thought he was too far away.
Yeah, who knows?
Dang. mean, counters do tend to increase the hitbox size when they actually get hit, but I didn't know for sure Sephiroth did that since it's the only counter in the game that activates whether it's been hit or not. So I wasn't quite sure whether the hitbox size expanded by itself, but
Yep, that was unfortunate there. Just like barely missing his kill confirms, I feel like Alex was. And so the Sephiroth was able to get his and just kind of took advantage from there.
yep, Alex really hoping to take that game there to give us a counter pick advantage, but not quite able to seal it out against the Sephiroth. So this was a character that we weren't expecting, so we're gonna have to see a little bit of replanning on the fly here. So I mean, I've been seeing the team all throughout the day, making sure that they had a strategy to go against us. Seen them practicing for a while. They had done their research on what characters to expect, but since this ain't one of them, we're gonna have to do a little bit of on-the-fly planning. So see what they cook up.
So what do you think might be best for this situation? I got a few ideas, but not too much.
None of our options feel that great. Gonna be honest.
Yeah.
We could try Chris's Wolf. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it. Looks like we are going with something different here, and I don't
hate it.
I don't know if I love this either.
But I mean, do you hate it?
Almost. It's close. The pick scares me.
I mean, this person does have experience with Sephiroth to some extent.
The thing is, with Valparaiso Smash Bros, it could look very bad, and you just let them cook, and then they absolutely roll people. So,
yes.
Let them cook.
Yeah. As you may have seen from the last Smash Bros game.
If you let our team cook, they get a few good reads, they get comfortable. It gets scary for the opponents real quick. So we're gonna see if they can do that today. This pick does worry me, but he's one of those people, especially
yes,
that if you want to win, you should never let cook.
No. Granted, I say that about the entire team, but especially.
We're all pretty good at that.
If you let him cook, though.
Now, Fitz is...
no, definitely not.
Fitz is one of the biggest culprits of that, of just don't let him cook, because, man, if you let him cook, winning's going to become difficult.
Yes. So maybe he's just very confident today.
Hey, the character select screen isn't everything, so even though I might disagree with the character swap, you never know.
Never to. And of course, spending like 5 minutes just to go to PS2.
It's the Smash Bros. Way. We are Smash players, after all.
At some point, they just gotta be like, okay, we're going PS2.
I mean, that actually happens. Like,
well, yeah.
At in-person tournaments, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I've done it and also had opponents do it, of where they just stare at the stage screen and go. They sit there for like 2 minutes, and then you just PS2 because they just give up. It takes too long to pick.
Either that, or they just ask gentleman agreement to PS2.
That happens a lot too. That happens a lot round one. People just gentlemen do it. I like to be different and gentlemen to small battlefield. See, I say it's because you get to pick the music and they're close enough. The real reason is I don't really like PS2 and Small Battlefield is my favorite legal stage.
Yes.
So, but I don't tell them that. But,
yes.
We'll see if Fitz likes PS2 a little bit more than I do. So
typically he does. We see a lot of Fitz's cooking here, I feel like.
Well, let's hope to see some more. He's going to have to pull something out here. Going at a bit of a deficit here. 11 stocks to 9, so gonna have to pull something out. That's one of the interactions actually that I was very scared of. Sephiroth forward air clanged with fruit. I don't know if it's gonna do that with every fruit, but the fact that it does it with even one is scary.
Definitely scary to some extent. Very just good reading here. Missing.
Ooh, okay.
Still getting the punish off. I mean, expecting him to.
I just really want to be proven wrong here, because Again, I did not think this looked very good on paper, but Fitz proven me wrong, almost getting the kill at 78 after
the hydrant even almost spiked him there. That is crazy.
Oh, back air?
Yep.
Love that. He had actually been, he had that confirmed down for a while, and just recently had just been struggling with it. You know, sometimes that just happens. Your muscle memory just slips up, and looks like he's gotten it back a little bit. So that's great to see getting on this pressure here.
I mean, that is most games, though. You have this one thing that you think.
All right, Fitz is absolutely proving me wrong here. almost lapping the Sephiroth in percent. Yep, there's the lap. Although, again, he is still a stock down.
That was
can't pressure like that.
That was a very good read from the Bell there. I really want us to point out that.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Pac-Man.
You really need to watch your side B recovers against Sephiroth. Either be confident that you're snapping to ledge, or just go.
And Sephiroth has a Bell.
This is a little scary, but Pac-Man has the tools to wall out. I love that.
Okay.
Shadow Flare, especially when you're close up, Sephiroth side B, is actually just negative on hit. And Fitz just smacking him in the face for it. I love that.
Barely, getting these reads, just not being able to follow up on them. Barely
that
getting
was terrifying.
hit there.
Almost died for that. But Fitz manages to get out alive. Sledge Trap's going to have to do pretty well. Whoa!
So Chris
I would say the Ledge Trap went pretty well.
Yeah. So Chris is screaming in the other room. And normally...
As he should, to be fair.
Well, yes. But normally Chris screams when he is playing. It is very common.
So, I like to pride myself on knowing how interactions will happen. Especially with Pac-Man, I've seen a lot of them having hits a lot. That's a new one. That's a new one for me.
I mean, it was a new one for the Sephiroth.
I really liked that.
I think Fitz and Chris did as well.
Holy crap.
So one of the funny things about, specifically hearing Chris through the walls is he loves to pop off, okay? But he typically has more quiet pop-offs for, people on the team, I feel like. Hearing him through the wall for something that somebody on the team did means it's very impressive and disgusting.
That confirmed was disgusting. Yeah, Fitz very much proved me wrong. I thought that Sephiroth, his range was going to be really difficult for Pac-Man to deal with. Nah. Fitz is just clinically different. You know what? Fair enough.
Fair enough. Gentleman's the PS2 again, Fitz? Why not? Why not?
See, like I said, the character select screen only matters so much. I can't account for Fitz. He's just too different.
The one thing that is unfortunate, though, is that he did lose one. So we are still going in with a deficit of significantly less of one than we started with.
Yep, that is very unfortunate here. So not only do they get counterpicks advantage, they are up a stock. But, I mean, Fitz did make pretty good work out of that Sephiroth, so we'll see if he can continue that momentum forward. Coming off of that confirm that he just did has got to be giving him a lot of momentum. Hopefully he can ride that out into this next game.
Yeah, going to... Okay, wait, what?
Guys? You're supposed to change characters.
The same character is banned, actually.
I think they're trying to work stuff out, I believe.
Most likely. I'm just saying.
If my informant has any info. Okay, they just forgot to switch. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Though I will acknowledge that they are going to PS2 again, which is where Fitz cooked.
Again, you say that as if it's surprising that Smash players just default to PS2.
No, I will make that joke until the end of time that you will always just pick PS2. Except you, apparently.
The thing is, it's not even a joke. It just happens. It happens everywhere.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So
This is gonna be
out comes a character we actually did expect to see
Mhm.
going against a Pokemon trainer. It's going to be a little rough here.
This-
PT has a lot of options, a lot of
Mhm.
different things you have to worry about.
Was this PT considered the best player on the team, or am I thinking about a different team?
I think you're thinking of a different team, although I
Okay.
remember that if I remember right, this PT is nothing to scoff at.
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't remember. I wasn't sure if this was the PT that was like really good or like
Yeah,
like really good, or if
there's a
he was
lot of
like
PTs in this
good.
conference.
I just know there was one that they were specifically scared about.
Yeah, this PT, if I remember right, is just
Mhm.
nothing to scoff at. As we can see here, getting a lot of early percent on Fitz, not having finally getting a trade hit there. Still, trade
Unfortunately,
hit's
just
not what you're looking for.
Unfortunately, just not being able to get the trade in Fitz's favor. Unfortunately, reading a roll but not getting it.
Already at 80, got to be a little scared here. Just trying to get some momentum and just not finding the opening. Squirtle's such a hard little turtle to catch.
Yeah, I think the main thing that Fitz would really like now is if we saw.
Yep.
Venusaur
You gotta
up.
watch those side B recoveries,
yeah.
Fitz. That is one thing with Fitz that that is actually a pretty big habit that at least I've noticed. He really needs to watch those side B recovers. Pac-Man can recover from a lot in a lot of different ways, but tends to get a little lazy. So see if he can catch the Squirtle getting a little lazy here, actually trying to cover some low recovery space with the fruits. Not able to get anything there.
Unfortunately, just missing that read right there. Get it? Oh, wrong way. Maybe? I don't know.
Interesting. It looks like Fitz is getting a lot of turnaround grabs. I wonder if that's a miss. He should be fine. Through the trampoline?
Man.
I don't know if he had a jump. I don't know if he had a charge left in the trampoline now that I think about it. I wasn't quite watching for that.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, actually, no, either way, because if he didn't have a charge left, he would have hit it and then fallen slowly down. That's just how the interaction works. So, no, he just went through the trampoline. That is something that can happen sometimes. If you get spiked hard enough, sometimes you just go through the platform, which is really weird. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I've hit a Pac-Man at like 60 with Byleth down air, and they didn't go through it, but then sometimes they do. Incredibly unfortunate. Now we are at a significant disadvantage.
Looking at the character that they have selected, I feel like this is the person that they wanted to go against the PT. I'm assuming.
It was about our only option to go against the PT. It's definitely not ideal. But, I mean, you can say that about this character in almost any matchup, and he keeps making it work. So, you know, I've already been wrong on the character matchup once today. So, you know, I would love to be proved wrong a second time. And if there's one person that's going to do it, it's going to be Josh here. So.
Yep. So we'll have to see what he pulls out right now. Not sure, you guys won't know for a little bit longer, but you can probably take a guess if you've been to several streams.
Hey, and it's.
We're not talking about
it's kind of his trademark. He's known for it. And speaking of trademark, we are hovering PS2 again.
This is interesting choices, but okay.
Oh, we're such Smash players.
Yep.
PS2 after PS2.
Yep. If this is just going to be a day of entirely PS2, it'll be
Come
hilarious.
on, guys. It's a Switch game. Why are we playing PlayStation 2? Yeah, it does actually look like we're going to PS2 again. All right, well. I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed.
However, one thing we do need to mention is that Josh cooked last game. That
everyone does. He always does. But we're gonna see if it's gonna be enough. Whether it will be able to take back some stocks from this Pokemon trainer. Again, we are now an entire player behind. We are at 6 and they are at 9, which is pretty nice, but not for us. So gonna have to get something going.
So we have a tiny little Squirtle against his big, not ancestor, I don't know what to call it. But
little bit of a reptilian battle here.
A little bit of a reptilian battle. Unfortunately, the Squirtle did get the crown. honestly, belly armor is doing a lot for Josh against this Squirtle. I think that's why he swapped so soon compared to Fitz when he plays
Almost.
Fitz.
Belly armor is so essential for K. Rool. If he did not have it, he would be so bad. And man, I wish he didn't. This is really annoying to work around. But Josh is really good at utilizing it, so trying to get some utilization out of that here. Using some of that crown armor as well. Is at the percent lead, which is nice to see, but didn't quite catch the neutral get up, and this might be not against K. Rool, not even close to the stock there. Yup.
But that is
Yep. That was my worry with throwing in Josh, is that K. Rool is going to be so easy for Ivysaur to edge guard. But
that is death,
there's a stock.
And it's very even.
We're gonna have to take that no matter what. So it is better than nothing. I didn't think that was gonna clip him either, but
it did.
It did, which is nice. So some 3%. Nice. Got him on the edge.
This is looking all right for Josh right here. Main thing Josh is going to want to do is recover more outwards so that he doesn't have to so he risk it is less. Oh, getting that read again, the thing that
it covers so many options. Nice usage of the blunderbuss there, able to cover the swap.
However, this is going to be a little more difficult throwing in the charge zard for the first time while playing. Josh is a heavy percent, so hoping to get some more, especially right there, we're seeing 25% being taken.
Nice dash attack. The worry here is that all of this damage, I mean, No, you had the read!
Oh.
I'm so sad. But the worry is here that this percent is getting racked up on both players, but we are still behind in stock, so all this is pretty dangerous for us here.
We are,
We take those.
We take those?
We take that pineapple.
We never not take those. Unfortunately, that is not something we like to take.
Just barely got the stock, which is mighty unfortunate here.
Yep.
Using that withdrawal to just brute force their way through the blunderbuss pressure that Josh is putting on. Getting through the ledge trap a little bit. Squirtle is so difficult to catch He's so difficult to catch with faster characters, and with characters as slow as K. Rool, it can be really difficult to pin down.
Yes, definitely. Still at a percent lead going into Ivysaur right here. Just a very tricky battle right now for Josh. And that's crown armor for you.
I love that call out. He saw the Ivysaur jumping above and went, how about no
crown?
A lot of times people will jump around, like they'll be like, oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Trying to mix up, trying to set up while also being ambiguous of where they're going. Josh just says, no, stop that. Just don't give you the time to set up. Just slap him out of there. Very nice, getting the kill really early too as well, which is very good to see. We needed that as well. Josh only with one stock left, having to go against 3 stocks of the next fighter, but we are at least on even players at least. So the comebacks happen little by little. So we'll see if we can claw it back.
One thing I will acknowledge though too is what was I gonna say? Going throughout that fight, I definitely saw Josh going through each fight. I saw Josh and Fitz picking up on these small little things that they could catch each player out on so far. And, that they were doing quite a lot. I'm trying to think what Sephiroth's was, but one thing for the Ivysaur was that he constantly did neutral get up, and he was able to read that typically.
Yep, neutral get up is it's generally the safest option, so it's generally the best option, which makes it generally the most common option. So sometimes in this game, the best option is the worst option.
Yes.
And Josh picking up on that, I mean, we all have those habits, and being able to pick up on them is very important. So we'll see if Josh can pick up some on the
Are we not going to
fighter.
PS2? We're not going to PS2.
Let's go! We're not going to PS2 again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is yeah. This was a big scare for us. Is this Kirby here? This is actually this is a Kirby / Joker player. their Kirby is their strongest of the characters that we have seen. So a little worrying here, especially with this kind of matchup being a heavy against Kirby. Terrifying.
Yes.
Um, Kirby gets his grubby mitts on him. This could very well end in a stock each time. So got to be really careful here. Play your spacing well.
Yep, it'd be really nice. We mainly just gotta see small things. Loving that read right there. Another nice read. Just gotta look for these small things. Still not taking any damage. Well, Josh.
Yep. Commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. I swear.
But Josh is playing so safe. What if he up smashed? Hear me out. Consider.
Kirby definitely playing it safe, very safe here, understanding that Josh is looking for those spikes going in, but Kirby is a very high percent, and Kirby could easily die at a decent side smash. Or
that is
things.
one of the saving graces in this matchup, that K. Rool, like in most matchups, doesn't have to get many neutral wins to be able to kill you. Especially on Kirby, he's so light. But, you know, got to get that hit, and Josh finds it with that dash attack.
However,
getting at least one, that's big.
That is very big right here going into it. However, he is a very high percent. This is very risky, especially going against Kirby. Unfortunately, not getting that read, but still managing to deal 12 damage going into it and just playing his distance.
Yep, I absolutely agree with this. You want to keep your distance against Kirby as K. Rool. Getting close is a death sentence. Oh, but
that
what
was
hit though.
That was a very close read.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Almost actually
that
lived, which is kind of surprising.
Which was crazy. There was a lot of good callouts there. I feel like it barely missed by like a few frames. Some of those spikes.
I think I know who we're throwing in.
I think. Oh.
And I'm not thrilled about it.
Ooh.
Because it's worrying on the player they have behind this one. But at some point, you gotta play the person in front of you. So I think we're going to see, a little bit of a pocket pick here that we don't get to see all that often. At least that is my assumption.
I mean, we'll see.
I was right.
Pocket pick. Interesting.
Yep, we have seen this character before, but we don't see it all that often.
No, you don't.
For a little bit of history on this, last semester we went to LAN for Smash, GLEC conference.
Yep.
And Chris pulled out this character in one of our games and took 5 stocks each round with it. That was the first time he had pulled it out that season, and decided, wow, maybe I should play this character more. So we get to see it every so often, which is pretty nice to see. Sadly, matchups don't allow for it very much, but here it is almost a necessity.
However, there is one thing to mention about this character, is that he is very annoying to play against.
Okay, to be fair,
well, he's got
the majority of the roster is. You have to understand, I don't like most of the roster because I've had to play against them too much.
We're aware. I think we are aware.
Yeah, but
that one.
What worries me with this character is that they're going to do pretty well against the Kirby. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be no matter what.
What character did they have behind this?
That's the scary part. It's going to be Apollo. Which is really scary for a Ness player here. So Chris pulling out the Ness that we don't see, as I said, we don't get to see it too often, but when we do, it generally does very, very well. So gonna have to see a little bit of that with this Kirby too.
Taking 1 stock though, which does give Chris a leg up going into it.
But remember, this Kirby has another fighter behind him, so might be a leg up for the game, but gotta be really conservative here for Chris.
Getting a nice PK fire out and dealing some nice damage already. Almost getting that read, to be honest. Just taking a lot of damage though. Unfortunately, that is just a good combo.
But Ness is actually really annoying for Kirby. Generally, Kirby wins most trades and can get up close. Ness is kind of one of those characters his hitboxes are kind of preposterous. And trading generally actually goes in favor of the Ness. So Kirby's game plan is actually really rough to try to go for it. Ness pretty good at diffusing that. So we'll see if Chris can get it. Does that rapid jab to cover for the grab? That was terrifying and gets the stock for it. Very nice.
Amazing job, Chris. Unfortunately, you are at a very high percent right now. This is very scary for the Ness. One up smash. Okay, that didn't kill. That might.
Interesting down smash, but that will kill.
Unfortunately, that will kill.
Missed the ledge. That, you know, for drawing a circle is very difficult for Smash players. It's hard.
Yes, you know. But just needing to take one more stock, though. Hopefully he can avoid these combos. That's the one thing he needs to do right now, and just not lose the second stock.
Just absolutely can not afford to lose the second stock here.
And I think he understands that.
Yeah, he's not doing too hot.
Doesn't mean that he's not doing good.
This Kirby has got a lot of reads and a lot of option coverages here. There it is.
Oh, and that's unfortunate going into it. A commentator's curse. I shouldn't have said anything.
Gotta mix up those recovery routes there.
Mm-hmm.
These options were very predictable there. Even I was expecting it, and I'm not even playing.
Yep. So he cannot lose this one stock right going into it. One of the things I mainly just need. One of the things that would be useful.
Just do another PK fire. Just throw two, please. He is up tilting you out of it every time, and hammer. Ooh, okay.
That was a close one.
You gotta start throwing two PK fires. He is expecting you to run at you, and he's up tilting you for it. Please stop letting him do that.
I'm expecting a text message to Chris after this.
No, but just gotta get this last stock. Just. A little bit of a PK flash there, trying to cover some aerial space, but didn't quite get anything. With that back air, definitely did though. Ness's hitboxes are very strong. That should kill. All right, going into this next fighter with only one stock left. I'm expecting a Palu, and this is going to be very difficult.
I am not expecting to win this, but the best thing that we can do from this is seeing the Palu and acknowledging those small difficulties or small missteps that they do, and trying to find them and catch them out on it the next time. I think that's the most important thing.
Excuse me. Yep, just getting to see them is pretty good. I mean, we started out this round at a pretty big disadvantage, so bringing it all the way back to the same fighter or the same player is still pretty good. This round has definitely had its ups and downs. So if we're able to just mitigate those downs, and we don't even necessarily need to extend on the advantages that we got this round. We just need to avoid the downsets. Like going down we were down a whole character. We were down 6 to 9, I think it was. We were down an entire player, so being able to bring this back is good. We've shown that we can do it. We just need to try to avoid going down that far to begin with. Gotta see how far Chris brings this. Gotta get. I mean, you never know. It's going to be really difficult, though. I would be shocked if it is anything but a Palu, and a Palu is a very good pick for a Ness.
I personally am not expecting a win. I'm expecting us to at least just try our best, make notes of things, small differences. Yep, there's the Palu.
Yep, this round is going to be incredibly difficult to take home. We might just have to start looking forward to next round, see, okay, what do we plan on doing here? So, you know, you never know with Chris. He, if anyone has shown that he can make these kind of plays, it is Chris, but it's going to be dang hard fought here. This is going to be rough.
Palu's already ready for this fight. Oh, just a risky one.
Yeah, very scary here. Nice little opening here.
Very nice
Gonna
opening.
need a lot more of those.
Just gotta look for those small things, opening, small anything really. Unfortunately, taking that damage there, not much you can do really about that one sometimes. Just that small
Gotta find those
damage.
openings, you know, he has to play so safe here. And here's the, I played against Palu tax of 40%.
Yep,
Tries to cover the spot dodge, but not quite able to get anything. And this is where it is the most scary, right here. Off stage is terrifying for a Ness against Palu. And it's so dangerous. Yep, down tilt. Yep. Yeah, it's so difficult for Ines. She can cover your air dodge with down tilt. She can cover your up B with auto reticle and side B. It is so dangerous to go against Apollo against Ness. It is so bad. So Chris did put up a valiant effort, but not quite able to even quite take a stock there. So, you know, gotta look forward, move on. What is she gonna do for this next game? How do we want to run this?
I think we're gonna be taking a break right here. Okay.
All right, that sounds like a good idea. So we will see you when we are ready to return. Hello, hello, welcome back. We are actually, after that short break, we are pretty much ready to head in this next game. I believe they're just going through, just finishing up stage bans, I believe. Okay. Yep, so finishing up stage bans here. We are actually seeing a little bit of a swap, both from us and also we've been told that they're switching some things up too.
Interesting.
So we've changed our starting lineup here, as you guys will see in a little bit. Trying to switch it up a little bit. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but it is a little risky, I think.
At this point, you know, you gotta just roll the dice. Anything's gonna be a gamble, and you kind of just gotta go with it. Just see how the dice roll.
It is a gamble regardless, but it is very risky.
However,
we are going back to PS2.
Heck yeah. However, we are going to get to see a character that we actually know a bit more than their roster.
Oh. I think I know, would somebody on our team happen to play this character? Well,
perhaps.
Team.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Interesting.
So we are seeing a little bit of a switch up from them. I've been told by my informant to the side of the screen that the Kirby player is actually playing their secondary into this next round, which is in fact a Joker. Which I've been known to dabble. So not an unfamiliar matchup here.
However,
although I haven't actually played against Chris that much, but it'll be fine.
The one thing is that this team hates your Joker.
Yeah. But, you know, hopefully they can, if anybody is going to use anger to play, it is Chris. So hopefully he can funnel that a little bit to try to get some advantage here.
Unfortunately, taking a little bit more percentage there, just even it up right back, getting that advantage back going into it.
Joker's gonna have to win neutral a lot more than Chris, is the thing here. So he's gonna win neutral more. He's gonna be hitting Chris more. But in the end of the day, it's going to be pretty much even until right around now. I mistimed it. So sad. So sad. I mistimed it. Now. There we go. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Perfect timing. First try. Here's Arsene here. And that's... okay. Bye-bye, Wolf.
Right there. Unfortunate there. That is an SG from Chris. Just
no, it was just a stall tactic. He wanted the iframes to stall out the Arsene.
Interesting.
Yep, that's definitely what it was, and
of
not an
course, yeah.
accident in the slightest. He would never.
Yes.
I wonder if that would have killed that sweet spot. Wolf back here is kind of a
Okay,
criminal,
but
as was that down
doesn't
smash.
matter.
All right, so
Doesn't
made up for the
matter.
SD. You know, sometimes you just got to take the hand you were dealt. And Chris just trying to make it work here. Nice opening. Trying to
Gotta
get
take some more
damage back.
percentage back, but that was a beautiful comeback from that SD. Just gotta take this more damage back going into it. So it is a very beautiful read.
Getting stray hits on Joker is so scary because it brings this guy out faster. A little bit of Arsene Gaming. Gotta be a little scared.
Unfortunately, those two traded, but
still active. Fast fell into it. You gotta fear here. Able to take that back air, but that jump gun.
Yeah.
Gonna take the stock.
Going to take the stock, but Joker will be able to die here as well. So hopefully, looking for
Arsene gone here. Gonna have to make this opening count. He's at pretty high percent. Wolf can definitely kill at this percentage for sure, especially on a lighter character like Joker. Actually, I say lighter character. Fun fact, Joker is exactly 1 weight unit heavier than Wolf.
Of course, the Wolf with metal boots is only
Versus,
slightly heavier
versus
than...
a 16-year-old high schooler. Yes.
Yes.
The 16-year-old high schooler is heavier.
Of course. Oh, I was incorrect. Okay. Cool. Anyway, Chris is really needing to, unfortunately, just getting a little bit gun camped here, and this is bringing up his damage so much.
Joker is one of, if not the best character for getting this chip damage when you're ahead. The only other characters that can really even challenge it is something like Sheik, so it's going to be very difficult to try to confirm this kill here. This Joker is very much playing unkillable right now. It's going to be very difficult to try to break through this.
It's your favorite thing to do that they're doing very often.
Heck yeah.
However, that will
kill.
losing.
Yeah, dying? Yeah.
Not losing and dying, but gun camping.
I don't think I do that much, but still that gun camping did net this Joker. Did net this Joker a lot of percent here. Gonna have to put in quite a lot of work to be able to undo this deficit here. Wolf definitely one of those characters that can do it. Gonna be difficult though. Gonna have
very difficult.
Gonna have to get some call-outs here.
Especially when your Joker likes to gun camp. Definitely will make it hard, but Joker can't gun camp forever. I don't know what time gun kills, but it's gonna be a while.
No, I mean, nice little fair one. But at some point, getting that chip damage, waiting for that opportune moment is just how you play Joker. Running face first at the opponent tends to not work all that well. You gotta wait for that opportune moment, and getting chip damage is very good for the Joker during that.
And unfortunately, getting Arsene, but almost using the entire meter up too, which is really nice. Bringing this much more even.
Interesting.
And he no longer has Arsene.
That's very big.
Huge.
You're gonna have to kill him in this gap here, though. Can't. He was saved. He was not saved.
That was so close. Chris bringing it incredibly back near the end. Just like incredibly bringing it back. That was very close. Unfortunately, Chris was unable to take that last stock.
Close, but no cigar there.
Yes.
Not able to take that last stock. Surprisingly, though, I mean, looking at the percents, you wouldn't think it, but it actually was pretty even there.
Yes, it was. It was.
Wolf can 1,000% kill at that range, especially on Joker. So.
Yes, both characters could easily kill. Besides just edge guarding right there.
But now we have to go into this Joker here. Knowing that we're running into a Joker is good for us, but now they are going to have the counter pick advantage after this game. So I don't
like
hate
this
pick.
choice.
I don't not hate this choice at all. This was actually the planned option to have go against the Joker. Obviously, the plan was to win against the Joker.
Yes.
But to be fair, we didn't actually get our plan to begin with. We wanted Alex against the Joker to start with. to bait out the Joker, but was actually had to run through Chris first, which was quite unfortunate for our plan. But you know, you got to roll the dice. You got to see how it goes. Sometimes it wins. Sometimes your gamble doesn't quite pay off. So gonna see if we can claw it back though. Just because the gamble doesn't work doesn't mean you can't claw it back. We've definitely seen Valpo do this before.
One thing I will say is I think Alex is the person with the most Joker matchup experience. Am I correct about that?
And he hates it.
So I am correct. Okay.
Yep. Basically, assume that if it's one of my characters, Alex has the most practice against it because I've played Alex a lot. Very nice opening, starting with Arsene here. You know, this is still scary. It's getting Arsene is so strange because you would think that the opportune time would be at high percents, but if you're capable of making a play and getting a read or two, getting Arsene at 0 can be threatening. Something like this, very scary. Knew to go low there. Arsene Joker can pressure that far out very well. So
already knowing what good options are that you were already thinking of, this Joker might be playing fairly similar to you. Not sure about skill.
He has no jump here.
But...
He has no jump.
Nice.
He needed to. He needed a gun dash there.
And that's an even. And that is an even fight.
Yep. Alex able to even it up. That was really good. That's what we wanted to begin with. We wanted Alex against the Joker. Sadly, it came at the cost of Chris, which is a big price. We'll see if Alex is able to make this pay off a little bit.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Alex was doing a little bit of cooking the Joker.
Alex is doing quite well there. Able to work around the option coverage quite well. Knew that the Joker wanted to cover certain spots. Wasn't getting caught out by the matchup itself, which shows how much he's played against it. So very nice to see. Now they do have counter pick advantage, which is a bit scary.
It is a bit scary.
Who am I expecting here?
They got Palu, and they got the Sephiroth, and then
perhaps the Palu, perhaps the Sephiroth. I believe they also have a Roy Cloud that we didn't see at all.
That is true. Yeah, I heard about the Cloud.
So not quite sure who to expect. It cannot be the Kirby again because the Kirby was the Joker.
Yes.
So a little curious if we were gonna see. Not quite sure though.
Interesting. Have we heard anything yet? On the side.
Don't believe so.
Cloud.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we also. I'm assuming. I feel like Alex has a lot of experience against Cloud, I believe.
I mean, Cloud is one of those characters that you don't necessarily. For your average Cloud, you don't need a mass amount of experience. Cloud is generally one of those characters that the experience is for the player rather than the character. But it's still nice to know what options they have, and Alex definitely knows that.
Yes, so. Chris used to play a lot of Cloud.
Chris used to play Cloud a lot. Jake dabbles, so definitely not an unfamiliar opponent. Cloud is also an extremely popular character. If I remember, he at least used to be. I don't know if he still is, but he used to be the most popular character on Wi-Fi.
I mean, there's a reason for that. In Wii U, he was kind of broken.
Yep, got toned down a couple pegs coming into Ultimate, so we'll see if Alex is able to take advantage of that.
Him and Bayonetta got a little bit, just a little nerf.
Oh, don't forget Corrin.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Corrin. Yep. Pin was very annoying to deal with. Cloud trying to get limit up very quickly.
Trying to pin down this Cloud here. Fun fact that a lot of people don't know, if you hit Cloud out of when he's charging limit, it actually does drop the gauge a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. It's very weird because you don't see it very often, and when you do, you tend to not notice it.
So very risky to sit there and try and...
it can be, yeah.
Very risky.
Yeah, it can be, but having the ability to charge and then cancel it, very similar. It has the same canceling properties as, say, something like the same as Charge Shot. You can cancel it with a jump, with a shield, stuff like that. So you can actually kind of weave it into your advantage state, getting some limit charge, much like how Samus can do, much like how Alex is doing right now, getting a lot of pressure, getting some good percentage, but limit's scary here.
there's definitely a lot of percentage here going on to Cloud. The Samus has only a little bit, which is good for Alex, but let's not jinx it too far. Taking 88, very nice. Trying to read that.
Nice grab. Tried to use the climb hazard out of shield. Alex not falling for it. Knows that that is a very common thing. Why does cross slash do 20 damage? That's the real questions here.
But that is the question. But the thing is that it doesn't really matter in the end, taking only 48%.
Nice grab again. Alex is getting some really good pressure on this Cloud. Gonna have to be a little frightful, though. Limit is coming up here. So gonna have to watch out for that. That could be quite threatening.
Yep, Limit is coming up here, taking a lot more damage. Cloud finding his footing. Unfortunately, and there's Limit.
Expecting a blade beam. Yep.
Yep. That is actually good for us, not using it for cross slash, which is very good.
Being able to avoid that limit is very good for Alex. Does he have jump?
He got saved
I don't know
there.
if he did, but I think he would have recovered either way, so that bomb was free damage.
I think he got saved there personally.
I'm not entirely sure. Cloud actually does have a little bit of magnet hands. You'd be surprised what he can recover from.
Fair enough.
Cloud recovery being bad is a bit of a fake news.
And that is a very good read there from Alex going into this. Just being able to call out his jump for missing his charge shot and being able to kill right then and there. The main thing Cloud needs to do right now is just kill the Samus, which he is able to do, but he needs to hit those confirms yet.
Hey, he might be able to, but I personally, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it, however.
So, Alex playing quite evasive here, just trying to play as safe as possible. Samus, one of those characters that can build up a decent amount of percent. Ducked under the missile with the up smash. Ooh, good DI able to save it.
Unfortunately, do have a limit.
Wow,
and that is death right there. However, he did manage to take a good chunk of damage already going into it. Just
40% starting it off is pretty good.
Unfortunately, it is even now. However,
Alex quickly trying to make it not so. Getting a nice read, no jump here.
Yes.
Gonna have to use limit. So it might look like that wasn't that great, but that was still a definite win. Got a lot of percent and burn limit. You take those every day of the week.
Always take those. Unfortunately, that was a trade right there. Going in 72 to 83. Still not very good. Just a decent edge guard there. Just trying to trade neutral right here. Not the kind of trade you want.
Trading with Cloud forward air, not one I would advise here.
Not particularly.
Retreating to the platform. Do not mind that at all. Able to avoid Cloud juggling, which is so scary.
Yep. Right here, I really hope that
run off side B.
Yep, that is.
Just uses the blade beam to cover a lot of options. Gotta mix up your timings there. It will actually hit on ledge as well, so gotta be very careful about that blade beam. Definitely. Personally, I would just drop off an orbiters, but Samus struggles with using Guardian orbiters.
Yes. Very scary here. Just gotta get that kill in. Using limit there, taking a lot of damage, unfortunately.
Good recognition from the Cloud to be able to mix up his ledge options there, but not quite what we want to see.
Nope, definitely not.
That forward air actually just not connecting for Alex, which is mighty unfortunate here. Just gotta clear your head.
Alex unfortunately taking a lot of damage right here, and this is not what we want to see. He is incredibly high for the damage, and this is putting him in a very risky spot. Like we mentioned there, getting close to dying, honestly.
Nice grab. Samus tether grab coming in useful there. Able to catch the roll out even. Tries to catch the jump, not quite able to. Yikes, that's without kill though.
But that is kill. That is kill.
This is still definitely doable against someone like Cloud.
Definitely.
Definitely doable.
Definitely doable. 99 to 0. Definitely risky though. However, that might be death. Nope.
Hey, you take a grab against Cloud.
We take those. Just a lot of damage right now with limit almost being built up. 128.
Not how you want to make it up though.
This is not what you want to be at, especially with limit. Going in here, Cloud is just playing it nice and safe. He knows he can, but misses limit, but he still gets the kill.
There's the golf swing up smash. That covers so much aerial space. So, excuse me. Being able to take it down to only one stock deficit. We are sitting better than where we were beforehand here.
Mhm.
So last time we were down a whole
Definitely.
player at this
Mhm.
point, which now we're only down a stock. So actively showing
Mhm.
that we are improving, we are clawing it back. Now we just
Yes.
got to push it that little bit more to be able to get
Mhm.
ahead. Because, bring it close to even, it only
Mhm.
gets you so far. You got to get ahead to win
Yeah.
this round. So
But it
let's see if we
is
can do
only
it.
one stock deficit between us two. So they do unfortunately get counter pick against us, unfortunately, but doesn't change anything for it doesn't change anything. It does change stuff, but it does affect but we can still throw in different things. I
Yep.
don't really agree with this. I don't
I
know.
actually don't hate it.
You don't hate it. Interesting.
I mean, out of the options we have available to us, I
I
think
don't
this is
Yeah.
pretty solid.
I just would have liked
Um,
to see him anchor. I feel like he does a very good anchoring.
that's the worrying part of this is now who are we anchoring? But you kind of just got to play the person in front of you. At a certain point, you kind of just have to stop worrying about that because the anchor doesn't matter if you don't get there.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, this person could do just end the game,
For
and we
sure,
don't
for sure.
even have to see our anchor.
Hey, I would love that.
We
If
would
if
love that. We could
if
love.
Josh just wants to win, you
Yep.
have no arguments from me.
I mean, the last game where we witnessed Josh just decide, you know what? I just win now. Actually.
He does that a lot. It's actually a fairly common trait with Josh. He just kind of decides,
Mhm.
losing, no.
Mhm.
And he just doesn't. So we're gonna see if he's able to force that decision onto
Mhm.
Illinois State here. So
Yep. Definitely. A little bit nerve wracking, but we'll see. We're still.
but
Yo.
take a wild guess of what stage we're going to. It's been an uncommon one today.
You are
That's a
not having
lie.
a good.
PS2 baby.
This man is not having a good day because he is apparently the average PS2 hater.
Hey, if you're not gonna love it, might as well hate it. Makes it more entertaining. But Josh gonna have to only take one stock off a cloud, which is not impossible to do with not losing too much. So gonna see if he's able to. As the love all the stalls. You got a SD, but that doesn't mean you can't make it flashy. So trying to get
Mhm.
a little bit of pressure here established with the projectiles, just really early 20%, which is nice. Just trying to, this pressure allows Josh to not only get some chip damage, not only find an opening, but it also keeps the cloud from charging limit as much, which is really
Mhm.
nice. Because
Yes.
he did get limit, but that was pretty much almost entirely just through
Mhm.
damage. Which if Cloud's gonna get limit, that's how you want
Mhm.
him to get it. Is just from you hitting him too much.
Mhm.
But,
Yes. So a lot of damage here,
ooh,
but getting that nice work here. Main thing up,
nice.
trying to
Cover the
read
jump.
that jump there, and that's
There
death.
it is.
That is a death.
Very, very nice. Nice coverage there.
And very quick one at that. What we like now.
Like to see it.
They do have counter pick advantage.
We have already seen the Kirby and the Joker player. That was the Roy Cloud player. That leaves, from what we know, a PT, a Palu, and a Sephiroth that they can do. I would expect the PT.
Which makes
Which
it
is
extra scary at the end.
Mildly worrisome. Mildly worrisome.
Mildly. Yeah. Mildly.
How about we don't give the PT home field advantage? Mix it up.
I mean, the last time the PT went to Pokemon Stadium too, he kind of cooked.
I'm just gonna throw out there that small battlefield's basically PS2, and it's a little nice. Hey, gotta spread the propaganda where I can. Small battlefield's a great stage, but it's most likely going back to PS2 here as we go through the stage bans.
Yep.
Best we can do is guess.
Yep. It's very. Just kind of nerve-wracking right now, is at least what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm expecting the PT. I believe we are told beforehand. Yeah, this is MVC. So yeah, at NBC we were told beforehand.
Hit
So
PT.
either way, the players will know as well as before we make our stage picks here. Yep. So yep, it
PT.
does look like the PT, and we're going back to PS2.
I guess so. Josh was hovering Hollow Bastion there for a minute. I was like, oh, not going to PS2? Nope, we're going to PS2.
All right, Josh, gotta show us what you got. This PS2 was pretty rough last time, so gotta see what you picked up, what adjustments you've made. Hopefully you've made enough to be able to go positive on this run. We kind of need it now. Coming in even. Last round, we were a whole player behind, exactly a whole player behind here, so
yes, it was
either
very
way,
scary.
it is a big improvement.
Definitely increasing nerve-wracking, definitely. Seeing that same thing that I mentioned earlier, actually, from the very much a lot of neutral get-up from him. Like you said, just a very common move. Hopefully they're not watching our stream right now.
And this, ooh, very, very nice. Able to avoid that down air. So this is probably you're probably going to see a lot of this. A lot of back and forth, big percentage gains on the advantage states. K. Rool does a lot of damage on his wins, but Pokemon Trainer should be winning more. So we're going to see a lot of this trades back and forth. So hopefully Josh can find the better end of more of these trades.
Yeah,
he is very good at doing that, but it's going to be difficult.
Yep, we really need just like a lot of damage here. Either like a good, not exactly, but we'll take that. Unfortunately, just taking a lot of damage here from up airs and such.
Gotta fear the down air here. Nice avoidance, but this will be dead either way. Yep, gotta watch out there. So that up smash able to take the stock here. Nice grab here, getting some nice damage. Josh loves that up throw. It does like 20, so he absolutely loves that option.
Yep, and he can kill here, but he is at 27%. This will need to happen as soon as possible. Oh, unfortunately not getting that.
And
this is down.
Interesting. I expected an up tilt.
I mean, I also expected an up tilt, but it worked. That's all that matters.
Take that.
Unfortunately, Squirrel coming back in and Ari's starting to cook. This is not the best looking for Josh
getting
right
a lot of percent here. That is just kind of how Squirtle goes, especially against a big body. So gonna see how Josh adapts. He's gonna have to make this percent up, but it's definitely not impossible for K. Rool. If he can try to threaten off of this Squirtle, that would probably be ideal for him. But if the PT really recognizes what's the issue here, they're not gonna swap so easily. Very, very scary here. Fear the down air. Yep. The pepperoni hitbox on that is insane. You think Captain Falcon's down air is large? That is significantly easier to hit.
Yes, and it is, and this is an entire stock down for Valpo and Josh here. So he's gonna need to make some pretty good work here. Taking Ari, taking some damage already. Squirtle at just a low percent already, and just not being able to land his moves.
This is when PT is the scariest. When they're at low percent, and you're at low percent in a big body. Really, really interesting. That hadn't been having that much knockback. I think all the previous times weren't actually the sweet spot. So
this is
able to steal the stock away from Josh. A little bit of robbery occurring there. So we are now down to our last player. Difficult.
Very scary. There's a 2 stock difference, and this is seeming a lot like last game.
What's worrying here, what's really scary for me here, is that now we are out Josh, but we are now also out Chris, as we had led Chris. So now who's going to be the anchor? I believe that leaves either Fitz or Ben. I think are the only ones.
That's who it leaves.
Okay. Yep. So we are actually seeing a player that we hadn't seen yet today. So, I don't actually hate this decision. You got to mix it up sometimes. Got to just see what works.
Very difficult though.
If you spin the wheel enough, you might just win a round. So, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. It's gonna be very difficult though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big challenge.
Especially such powerful players with PT and Follow.
This matchup, I feel like, is kind of annoying for
Yes.
Diddy Kong. Transcendent Banana is probably not going to actually help all that much. Squirtle tends to approach mostly with aerials, and I think against Ivy.
And with side B, I would assume.
Probably clings with Razor Leaf. I'm not sure. It is Transcendent, though. It might just go through it. But either way, it's going to be difficult to get in on the Ivysaur, and Squirtle's just very hard to pin down either way.
Yeah.
So
the main thing I know is that the Squirtle, I feel like Squirtle's side B will probably be kind of difficult to deal with.
Squirtle side B on Wi-Fi tends to be a bit annoying. Gonna have to watch out for that. It's definitely not impossible here. Definitely can do it. It's just gonna be real hard fought if he does manage it. So gonna have to see what's up.
Do it. I say do it. We're hovering Great Cave Offensive. That'd be interesting.
I would leave.
Okay, so I solo commentate. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, I'm dragging this chair with me. I'm dragging that chair with me.
Dragging my chair with. Okay, yeah. I'll just kneel on the ground.
Yeah, we go.
I'll
Great
be
Cave
the same
Offensive.
height anyway.
All right, fair enough.
But
so, yeah, we are throwing out Ben here with the Diddy. I mean,
yeah,
they're told our character pick either way. So now we're in the stage ban phase, which always takes so long just to go to PS2. Watch us go to PS2. If we go to PS2, words will be had.
I know you're not leaving. However, I know you're not leaving.
No. I don't actually hate PS2. It's just not my favorite legal stage, and it's fun to meme on it.
It's fun to assume that you just hate it, actually.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I actually hate PS2, actually.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Despise it, actually, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
A little bit of a mix-up here.
Is it?
A little bit of movement. We're going to Town and City, the Cheeser's Paradise here.
This is nerve-wracking, I guess. I feel like I could see cheese from both sides.
This does worry me here, mainly because Ivysaur can kill off the side pretty well, like we saw against Josh.
Definitely.
And I don't know. We're gonna have to see how he plays it. I mean, I've been wrong a few times already today with the character picks, so you know, you proved me wrong. I'm all the happier. So
yep.
Squirtle's gonna have to lose. Should be stock. Just one.
Yep, just one stock he'll be forced to lose. Making sure he starts with Squirtle again, so...
Alright, in comes Ben with the Diddy Kong. Gonna have to try to find some openings. Both of these characters now are pretty hard to pin down in the neutral. Very fast, very small characters, so gonna have to see how they play against each other. These PTs showing their aptitude with Z-dropped aerials, which is good to know early that they have that capability, so at the very least, nice to know.
Yep, dealing already a fair amount of damage, unfortunately getting grabbed there and put into a combo.
Gonna have to be a little more careful with your banana plucks. Plucking right in front of a Squirtle is generally ill-advised, but you know what isn't ill-advised? Getting these neutral wins here. Ooh, very, very nice. Tried to follow up on that switch. Back air here.
Doing a lot of damage. This is alright. Main thing right now, though, is just killing. You don't want to die against an Ivysaur right here, especially before taking the last stock.
Yep, kind of stuck on this platform. Utilizing that monkey flip to just force his way through. I like that. We've been actually telling Ben that he needs to use monkey flip a little bit more. Nice. Wow, catches the banana, but Charizard is a little bit heavier than the other Pokemon. So
if he didn't swap there, he would have been very dead. So just waiting for these.
I would have been so afraid of Charizard up throw there, but just avoiding that entirely. Wow, that was almost a DI mix-up. Just sent the wrong way.
Unfortunately, not recovering fast enough, and that is the first stock down, 147% on Charizard. That is just unfortunate right here. Hopefully, hoping we can take this stock very quickly.
Charizard just playing very uncommittal, just wants to keep all of his options available to him, trying to deal with this banana. Nice monkey flip out of the corner, but eventually you are going to have to get the stock here.
Yep,
leaving Charizard at this high percent can be very, very scary. Hey,
That
we
will
take
it.
that.
That will take. That will take. So we are starting with 20%. However, looking at how Ben played against the Squirtle was fairly good. Just gotta avoid these combos. That's the main thing I'm hoping to avoid. And
Yeah,
I really need to stop talking.
I actually, I don't mind how Ben has been playing against the Squirtle, but gotta lock it in a little bit more. Nice, I like that. I'd been trying to get him to do that a little bit more, be more confident in his own recovery, being able to go under the stage, and he was able to avoid that ledge trap situation because of it. I really like the usage of that.
This is very scary, though. He is at such a high percent with Squirtle
Yep.
not taking any damage, and yet here we are at the same situation we were
Squirtle,
last game.
if I remember right, that is down tilt. Their F tilt and down tilt look very similar. But utilizing that, it sets up the tech chases very well, and being able to get that jab block kill on 10 City, killing off the side so easy.
And the Squirtle is able to get on a lot of different reads from Diddy
Nice
Kong.
downer off the ledge. Trying to follow up out of that swap, but not quite able to. Now has to now has to find his way in against the Ivysaur. Gonna be difficult here.
Yep, definitely gonna be difficult. Taking a lot of damage right now.
I like that mix-up. He's utilizing going under the stage. Wow, really? Okay, not quite.
Barely.
Nope, that should be it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fortunate.
That should be it. Getting hit out of barrels. He actually takes increased knockback getting hit out of barrels, and then you also no longer stall in the air while charging the second barrel. So unable to recover there. So was not able to get the revenge against Illinois State University here. So that is 0-2 in this match, and also 0-2 with our record for Illinois State. So unfortunate there.
We have one more game before they will be heading to ISU for finals and playoffs, correct?
Is land?
Yeah, one more week.
Yeah, one more week.
One more week before going to ISU.
One more week.
Yeah,
Okay.
One more week. Yeah.
All right, so we have one more week of our Smash Bros. Goodness until they go off to land to compete for GLEC Conference, which we wish them the best in that, and we'll of course wish them. Yep.
GLEC is next week, not ISU's the week after. My bad.
Alrighty, so unfortunate loss today. Wasn't able to get the revenge, but we still played quite well. Brought this one a little bit closer than the first one. That's all we can really ask for. So thank you guys for tuning in. We had a great time, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.